Greetings from the best F1 tracks in the world and a very brief breaking news video right now. Alex Albon lost control of his vehicle in turn 6's departure, impacting turn 7's inside and outside walls before scuffing up the barrier during the Australian Grand Prix FPI. As a result, Sargeant has been withdrawn from FP3 qualifying. The race in Australia is brutal. Why did the team do that though, and not just withdraw Albon, who of course made the mistake himself? In addition to missing practice, all of that resulted in significant damage to his Williams and the purchase of the red flag album. His chassis will now be sent back to Williams headquarters for maintenance. However, as it turns out, there is no spare chassis available in Australia for the team, something James Vowles called unacceptable but explained is simply a reflection of how far behind the team was over the winter and an illustration of why they need to go through significant change in order to be in a better position for the future. That meant that for the remainder of the weekend in Melbourne, tough choices would have to be made. Therefore, Williams has decided to give Alex Albon Logan Sargeant's car for the rest of the weekend. Now, Vowles explained that Sargeant shouldn't suffer for the mistakes he didn't make in this season's seemingly tense midfield battles, but every point counts. To summarize this already fairly short video, Albon gets in the Sargeant's car and the Sargeants spend the rest of the weekend outside. But I have to say it's very hard for Logan to have to miss Albon's accident. The problem is, although I completely understand where the team is ultimately coming from. Therefore, the core was created based on the team's best potential to score points in Australia. To be fair, Sargeant accepted the decision in good conscience and said he will continue to do everything he can for the team this weekend to maximize what Williams can achieve. But, unsurprisingly, he described it all as the most difficult moment he can remember in his career. If they think Albon has the best chance of scoring points, and to be fair, given the past 12 months, he definitely does, then give him the drive on Sunday. It stands to reason. After all, he scored 27 of the team's 28 points last season. Still, though, it is a brutal call on the Sargeant and hopefully all pays off. I will say as well, that it's going to be a tricky weekend for the Albon to navigate now. Surely he cannot afford any more mistakes because if he has to crash, it does similar levels of damage in another session and rises off another chassis. Neither driver will race on Sunday. But I'll leave this idea alone so I can talk about it another time. But if Williams doesn't believe Sargeant can score points in a car that has that potential, why did they keep him until 2024?